Hi, I'm Mark Schuster from the Kaiser Permanente Bernard J. Tyson School of Medicine, and I'm here today to give you a tour of our new education building. It's going to be a quick tour, just the highlights, but we really hope you'll be able to visit before too long to see the entire building. This is Pasadena. It's really sunny, so the whole goal was to bring the sun into the building. Above me and behind me, we've got a large skylight, and then the walls are almost all glass. It's really meant to bring the outside in and to have a big, open, airy lobby that everyone can feel comfortable in. Over here, we have a large seating area with lots of sofas. And I just mention it to point out that throughout the building, we have many areas where you can sit and relax, where you can study. We have individual rooms, we have conference rooms, a wide variety of spaces to accommodate whatever you feel like you'd like that particular day. Over here, we have our coffee bar, and we don't have any coffee yet, but it'll be all set up by the time you arrive. Another place to hang out, get a little breakfast in the morning. Now we're going to go into the Flex Classroom. This is our largest classroom. It can hold over 100 students and faculty sitting at tables, and we're going to use it for a number of things. One example is our health system science training. You will be in groups of 6 for team-based learning, but the idea is to have all the groups in the same room so you can interact with each other. So we'll be doing that here. We're also going to be doing large testing in this room. We have tables that we will use to follow the national standards for testing. And what I want to point out is all the screens in the room. This building is very up to date in terms of technology. And these particular screens, we can be piping in someone in the Anatomy Resource Center who is demonstrating something. If one of you during the 4th year is off in Rwanda working on building a clinic, you can join in when your class is meeting. And we can also bring in faculty from around the country who might want to engage on a particular topic. Another thing I want to point out is our furniture. Throughout the building, we tested repeatedly all the furniture we got. We tried over 30 different options for chairs, all of us different sizes, body shapes. We tried them to see what would be the most comfortable and practical for you. And they're just one example of how we've tried to bring in furniture that would be the most effective for you to learn in. That was the Flex Classroom. Now let's go over to the Convening Stairs. Now I want to show you our Convening Stairs. They are a multi-purpose area of the building. When we're having a big speaker and we want to have everyone together here, we can close off the entire area. It becomes a closed auditorium. There is a massive screen that will come down from the ceiling, and it becomes a lecture hall auditorium. If there's a level of speaker where everyone in the building wants to participate, we just leave everything open and we bring in chairs all around, and we have that many more people able to participate. But during the day, when no one's speaking, we also want these to be useful. Let me point out that the seats go down and you can put your books or food on it next to you. So let me show you another feature of the stairs. When we've got multiple seats down, we can put out these ottomans so that you can sit in a group. You can sit in your group of 6 or your group of 8 and work on the next day's assignment. You can sit with a few friends and just eat lunch. But the idea was for this space to be able to be used all day long. Why don't we go over to the Simulation Center now? Now we're going to go into the Skills Center. This is where you're going to learn how to draw blood, intubate, and a number of other skills. You're going to get to practice as much as you want before you're with actual patients so you feel completely comfortable. Now we're going to go into the Home Health Room. This is the Home Health Room. This is where you're going to learn how to work with someone in their home or in a hospice or similar setting. And it's also where you're going to work with nursing students and jointly take care of simulated patients. Now we're going to go on to the rest of the Sim Center. Now we're in our simulated OR. And this room is the same as a KPOR, except that it's larger, so more of us can fit in and observe. And we have mannequins in all of our simulation rooms, and all the equipment is actual real equipment that we'll be able to use. And over here, we have a control room that looks into this room, and you are going to be filmed, and we'll be able to look back afterwards and see how everyone did and how we can learn from our performance. Now we're going to go into, we have the dividers open so we can go into our simulated obstetrics room, and you'll be able to deliver a baby. We have one baby in a warmer, and we also have a baby that is going into the neonatal intensive care unit. And we're going to go on to other spaces. We also have a simulated ICU and an inpatient area, but right now we're going to keep going into our simulated outpatient area. We have 10 exam rooms. They are modeled off of actual exam rooms. You can see what they look like. And this is where you're going to work with standardized patients. Those are actors who've learned the symptoms and the history and everything that they need to know that you're going to find out as you examine them and work with them and take their history. After you're done here, you will write your notes, and then we have debriefing rooms where you will go over what happened here. And this is a really great learning environment. We're going to keep going now. Here we have several of our debriefing rooms, but let's leave the simulation center now and head up to the second floor. So I'm coming up from the mezzanine, and that's where we have one of our many conference rooms. That particular one is all in glass. And then we have study carrels and other places for you to sit and get your work done. And now here we are on the second floor, and I'll start by pointing out that behind me we have a lot of the faculty offices, the department chair offices, and the student affairs suite. And around behind the faculty offices, we have a lot of seating that's along the windows, and just a good place to sit and get work done or read a book or relax. Now we're going into a classroom on the second floor. This is where the small groups will meet, and we have a divider here because we can open up two classrooms together. And here we have one of our two collaboration boards in this room. Every room has two collaboration boards so that we can have the material for the case on one board, and you can all be sitting at the table and writing diagnoses, and they all appear on the board. Right now, we have a skeleton, a skull, that's up in the Anatomy Resource Center. This is a live shot. And Scott Towler really wanted to be in this video, so we told him that his hand could enter into the video to show that this really is a live shot. Okay, there is Scott's hand, and we are thrilled to have it. And that's really the bulk of what I wanted to talk about in this room. We have the other collaboration board. The walls are glass so that we can write on them and clean them. And you can see through the door, we have another classroom. We have 6 and 6, and they connect in between. And that's really the gist of what I wanted to talk about here. Here's another part of the second floor. Over here we have a number of conference rooms. Some are individual size, so you can work alone. Then there's also a group one at the back. And over here we have our library, and also we have our information technology commons, and we will have a team set up here who will be able to work with you throughout the day on any desktop support needs. One other thing I'll point out is that beyond all the doors leading to outside, we have an outdoor patio area that'll have furniture for you to sit on and be outdoors and meeting in groups, as well as your opportunities to meet inside. Now we're on the third floor, and I'd like to point out that on this side of the building, we have the offices of the various deans and a number of other staff who will be working with you. We also have a lot of conference rooms and lounge areas, a lactation room, and also an area where we have a microwave and a refrigerator and a place to store some food. I'm now going to walk us down to the Anatomy Resource Center. Here we are in the Anatomy Resource Center. When the time comes, we will have the plastinated bodies in here, and they will be standing on these round tables, and you'll be able to spin them and work with them from all directions. In addition, all the plastinated body parts will be kept in this room in all of these special cabinets. We will also have the Sectra table and the HoloLens, all the equipment that you worked with when you visited to do your interviews. That'll all be kept in here as well. And you can actually see the live feed of the skeleton that we showed you when we were on the second floor. Again, the building is very wired with very up-to-date equipment so that we can communicate and show images from throughout the building. Now we're going to go to the admissions area. Over here, we have the room where the applicants are going to gather in the morning and hear talks throughout the day. This is our multiple mini interview suite. We have 12 rooms where our applicants will have their interviews, and you can see one to my side right here. Now I'm going to take you up to the 4th floor. Now we're in our indoor-outdoor dining area. We're going to have a food service preparing meals. In addition, we have a teaching kitchen, and you're going to be able to learn how to cook really healthy food and also good food, and you'll learn about the importance of nutrition to health. I also want to point out behind me the Pasadena Mountains. There are a lot of hiking trails up there. It's about a 12-minute drive, and we've already gone on a number of hikes. We brought our dogs, and it's been a really good place to go outdoors. There is skiing about an hour and 20 minutes away. There is surfing in Santa Monica. We have the Paseo right next door. That's a mall with movie theaters and shops and restaurants. And beyond that is Old Town Pasadena. That's an area with a lot of historic buildings, and people come from all over Southern California to visit Old Town Pasadena. Now we're in the student lounge, and the main thing I want to tell you about the student lounge is that no faculty or staff are ever allowed in this room, so this is pretty much the only time you'll ever see me get to enter this room. Now we're going to go on to the gym. Before we go into the gym, let me point out a few things behind me. We have our outdoor theater, which is really the main place at the school that isn't complete yet. We're just waiting for the seating to come in. And you may have noticed in the video that there are some surfaces that still need to be painted and finished off, but the building is otherwise ready to go. And the theater is an area, given how nice it is outside, 80 degrees today, we can have classes out there. Your student groups can meet out there. You can put on a show, making fun of all the faculty and staff. It's a good place to have some extra activities. Next to it is the yoga garden, and we already have faculty and staff who are hoping to lead some yoga classes, and maybe some of you will want to as well. And next to the yoga garden is the meditation area, where you have a really nice view of palm trees, so you can just get away from it all. And now let's go into the gym. Here we are in our indoor-outdoor gym. I think you can see all the equipment around me. And then I also want to point out that we have showers and lockers on the floor so that you can change after you're done working out. Thank you for going on this tour with me today. We are all looking forward to spending the next several years with you here. Bye.